If you've spent much time looking at the videos that I have on my channel, or even just look to see what kind of videos I've had, you will notice that a lot of them have to do with new builders. That's because Palm Bay is growing leaps and bounds, and you end up with beautiful communities like what you see in the background. This is the gardens at Waterstone. There are several different builders available here, one of which is KB Homes. KB offers fully completed homes in addition to homes that are still just at dirt level, and you get to help select all the finishes and all the things that you want in your new home. You can even add rooms if you want, which is quite an option that you really don't see very often. Today we're going to meet with Trent Navarro from KB, and he's going to show us around one of their models and tell us all about what makes KB Homes a little bit different.
Hey Lee, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
Fantastic. You just entered into our 1989 plan. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with KB Home at the Gardens of Waterstone here in Palm Bay. This is our most popular model of any of the models. We have more than 6 move-in readies of these at different price points and at different locations. Some on the water, some off the water.
Okay.
All the way from 366 up to 374. So absolutely fantastic model. Let's take a look through the model. You've got all the KB homes have a wide open floor plan as well as a split floor plan because that's what the customer wants. Over here to your right, you've got the 2 guest rooms and the standard bathroom here.
It's a nice wide bathroom, so you actually have room to.
Yeah, it's really great. A tub good for the kids and grandkids. Since so many people work remotely, the second room was converted to an office. So the second bedroom, guest bedroom, was an office, but you can make that as an actual bedroom as well.
This is LVP, right?
Yep.
Luxury vinyl plank flooring?
Luxury vinyl plank. We have about 10 different floorings at our design center. This is just one of 10. This is our laundry room. They put an upgraded tile down here. Just plug and play in that respect. Your third guest bedroom over here.
Nice sizes. What do the room sizes average?
This is about a 10 by 10. The standard in most 2 and 3 and 4 bedroom homes on your guest bedrooms are 10 by 10 or 10 by 12 typically. Okay. As you enter into the garage with the hurricane shutters, the beauty of Palm Bay over the people that have lived here for 45 years. I just came up from South Florida, but those that have lived here for their whole life, so they've only had like 3 or 4 really bad storms. All of the bad storms go north or they go west. That's why they have the Cape Canaveral and the space shuttle up this way. We're not in a flood zone. We're west of 95 by about 5 minutes. So it's a perfect location in that respect. We have double pane windows on all of our windows which withstand winds up to 125 miles an hour without the shutters. And with the shutters, you're good because you get the same discount as if you were to have a hurricane impact glass. Our double pane windows withstand pretty much the worst storms out there, even without the shutters. But with the shutters, it's pretty much impenetrable.
So you really don't have to put up your
not
shutters
too often.
Very often.
Not too often. Even with these recent storms, they only had some wind and rain up here. We're the only builder that builds all of our homes to be what they call Energy Star certified. It's a third party saying this, so everything from our building materials in our home to our appliances, we have high energy efficient Rheem water heaters, we have energy efficient building materials in our attics. We have things, for generic terms, I'm just going to call them heat shields. So what that does is it keeps our houses 30 degrees cooler than any other house on the marketplace, but we're the only builder nationwide that has the Energy Star certification rated on all of our homes. Wow. And that's a huge, huge deal. We're not a custom builder, but we are a personalized builder. For us, we're all about the relationships. KB Home is based on relationships. Our mission statement literally is to become the #1 customer-obsessed home builder in the world. So that's a huge, huge deal.
I like that.
Okay.
I'm going to stop you for a moment. I noticed that this is a hybrid hot water heater, which I love. This fan up here is really cool. It sucks the hot air in the garage into the hot water heater to keep it from having to turn on all the time. Only when you're actually having a use do you need to turn it on. So it reduces your energy, but it also keeps your garage cooler.
Exactly. The insurance companies love certain electrical panels. One of them is Square D, which we use on all of our electrical panels here at Waterstone.
Absolutely.
Air conditioners and for Carrier, so high energy efficient Carrier air conditioners. We have those also. They're called move-in ready homes, but we also have the ability for customers to be able to buy a house, build it up from scratch, and personalize it. We have different kinds of sinks, different countertops, different color cabinets. We have about 10 different types of floors, from tile to wood plank to luxury wood plank to vinyl. The technology has come a long way. So the properties of these floors that look like a tile look like wood plank. Wood plank looks like a tile, and
Yeah.
there's 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 different options there.
I do love how wide these planks are, though.
We have a
Very
lot
nice.
of closet space and storage space in all of our homes. In this particular model, we also have what they call an extended cover patio that goes out another 4 or 5 feet. The normal cover patio just goes from here to here, but on this model, it goes out another 3, 4, 5 feet, and it really makes it nice. Let's go into the master bedroom over to the right. You'll see another closet here on the way over. Again, a lot of closet and storage space. You've got plenty of room for a king-size bed, 2 end tables, a dresser, plus plenty of room to spread out in and walk through. And they've got a beautiful walk-in closet over here. Good for the purses and the shoes for the ladies.
Oh, it's big.
My wife just gives me the number for 1-800 public storage, so I don't really get any storage space in my house. Here, they have some upgraded lighting, same flooring, same cabinet. Now, this normally on our move-in readies, this is just a model, but they would not normally have Formica anywhere. You're going to bring the same quartz countertop into the bathrooms that you would have in the kitchen. This is an upgraded tile. The standard shower would be a silver frame with just white tile. Now, the beauty of our homes when you build them from scratch is you have the ability to have a shower instead of a tub. You can put a tub, they call it a garden tub, which is a big soaking tub. Mm-hmm. I nicknamed it the Pretty Woman tub because it's got a large soaking tub. So you can have a shower instead of a tub instead of a shower, or a shower next to a tub. And then you have a nice linen closet with plenty of space, and it's deep and it's nice.
Yeah.
So there's a website called trustbuilder.com out there that does extensive surveys of every single home builder, and it does extensive surveys for the buyers. And it says, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, from the moment you walked into the sales center to the time and beyond that you took possession of your house, what was your experience with the quality of the build, the service, and everything in between? The average customer is 50 to 60% satisfied at every other home builder, which means 50% have terrible service and they hate their house, which is a disaster. KB is at 98%.
Wow.
Because we're focused on the relationship we build with the customer, not just a transaction. We work as a whole team. We have 1, 2, and 10-year limited warranties. 18 months, which never happens in the business except with KB. 18 months after you're in the home, we're still checking in on you. We're still saying, hey, Lee, listen, is there anything that needs addressing? How's everything with the house? Is there anything I can do to help you? Is there any warranty items that need addressing? So we're with you every step of the way through the building process. If you build one from scratch, we give you weekly updates from the time of contract all the way through to completion and beyond. Then once the permits come in, the construction supervisor assigned to your house does the exact same thing, provides weekly updates with pictures, and then the customer really can get excited because they can see their house being built from scratch. No other builder does that. And that's why we have a 98% and everybody else is at 50 and 60.
So I see this cute little sign here, and I'm going to take a second because I know that everybody's always looking for what the hot new thing is here in homes, and this is definitely one of them. You guys take the time to put in USB outlets in your homes.
Right, into there. And then we also, if you look over here, I mentioned before, we're the only house that does, the only company that has every house of theirs certified by a third party to be what they call Energy Star certified homes. It compares, in this example, this is a 1,989 square foot house, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It compares the monthly energy costs of a resale home of this same square foot to a KB home. So you're going to save $1,900 a year on just this particular model. And again, this is a third party saying this. This isn't us about ourselves. And they go by what they call a HERS index, which is called a home energy rating system, also done by a third party. And the lower the score, like a golf game, the more efficient the house is. So your average house out in the marketplace has a HERS index of about 100 to 130. We're down at 50, 54 on this particular model. The other thing that's different is that the prices of our homes. First of all, Palm Bay was just listed as the #1 city in the state of Florida out of 300 cities for the most affordable, best quality of life, and the best for first-time home buyers. Nowhere else, and it doesn't have the hustle and bustle you have in Orlando. If you go to South Florida, within about 2 years, this whole community will be sold out.
So what are the size of your lots here?
We have 3 phases of our development. We have 40-foot by 125 lots. We have 50-foot by 125. That's phase 2. And then phase 3 is 60 by 125.
Okay.
So 40s, 50s, and 60s.
So you've said the magic word a few times, the one that everybody wants to know. What kind of price point are we talking about to get what is essentially almost a fully customized home?
Right. So we start in the low 3s and go up to the high 4s. There's some of our homes, again, on the built-to-orders, the base prices that we have do not include the lot, do not include structural upgrades or design center upgrades. And it's kind of a la carte. And on the move-in ready, the spec homes, it's all one price, which includes the lot, structural upgrades, and structure and design center upgrades, all pre-selected for you, like any other spec home. So, like I have a customer from Texas that just moved into our largest home, our 3530 2-story. It normally is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. He upgraded that. His base price was $460,000, but he ended up paying up to $600,000 because he added 2 more rooms. So he has a 6-bedroom, 4-bath, and as he said, I'm from Texas, so I need a 3-car garage. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Absolutely.
So that was one of the homes that he could build a 3-car garage on. He's in the military, and he just moved his whole family here from San Antonio. So you can spend more than the $400 or $500 if you wanted to, depending on if you're adding extra rooms, if you're putting in more structural and design center. Most of the people are going to spend the money at the design center, which is the flooring, the lighting, the countertops, the cabinets. You can, just on flooring alone, you can spend a good amount of money. But based on what they qualify for when they get approved, there's a set dollar amount, and they only can spend up to a certain dollar amount, so they know going into the design center how much they have to spend. If they go over that amount, they can still do that. However, it would add an additional deposit at the design center for the studio, and then you run the risk if you over improve it where it won't appraise. On the spec homes, everything's pre-selected. There's no changes with any builder. But the beauty is we give that option to KB to do one or the other.
Depending on how much time you have and how
if somebody's got a lease that's ending, or if they have a house that they just sold up north, or they have kids in school and it's June, but they got to get them re-registered by July so they can start at August 15th, then they have to get into something right now. Whenever somebody buys new construction, you always want to direct them to the builder's lender. The reason why is because we can provide incentives that the other lenders, traditional lender, cannot. So as an example, last month we were running an incentive where we were doing 6% seller's credits, which normally ends up being about $20,000 to $30,000, which they can buy their interest rate down, so they don't have to pay current interest rates of 7% or more, and also pay for their closing costs. Other builders, and us included, if we're not offering that incentive, we'll do what they call flex cash. Flex cash is a set dollar amount, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and that allows you to take that same dollar amount, not as much as maybe the 6%, and do the exact same thing. Buy your interest rate down, pay your closing costs.
So as Trent was saying, flex cash is kind of a neat thing because it really gives the buyer options, not just in what kind of flooring you get, but if you want to buy a house, but you're a little bit cash poor right now and you need help with all those closing costs because those can add up, then the flex cash can be put towards that. If you know you've got the money for the closing costs, then you can use that flex cash to lower your monthly payments by lowering your interest rates, which can be a long-term 30-year savings, way beyond that original $20,000.
And remember, you can always refinance. You always, what do they say? Date the rate,
marry the house.
Marry the house, right?
So anything else, any other tidbits you can give us about KB that we need to know?
We have been in business since 1957. We're in every state in the union. Again, we're the most, we give you options. So we're the highest quality builder without going into a custom build, but we are a personalized builder. Highest quality building materials, and the absolute best service you're ever going to get. So if anybody's looking for the best service, the highest quality build, without breaking the bank, because we build our houses so that the average person can afford it.
Well, thanks so much for your time.
All right. Thank you so much, Lee.
One of the things that people really like about this neighborhood, this is called the Gardens of Waterstone. It is part of the bigger neighborhood called Waterstone. Combined, it's hundreds of homes, but this is still a portion of it, which is its own development. And it has 3 builders that are involved. So you don't end up with the same cookie cutter look over and over and over again. You end up with a 2-story next to a 1-story next to it could be a totally different builder. So you end up with a nice variety. You're not looking at your neighbor's house right next door and going, oh yeah, I have the exact same floor plan. This is the tennis court, and it looks like it also can be split into a pickleball court pretty easily. Nice windbreak screening. All this stuff is nice and centrally located. Pool's right there. Playground right here. This is for all the homes in the neighborhood, right off the entrance, so you can pick up on your mail on the way home. Thanks so much for taking the time to stick with us and learn all there is about KB Homes. They really do build a beautiful house. Take a moment and hit that like button or the subscribe button and leave me a comment. I always love to hear from my viewers. I look forward to seeing you next week when we talk with another builder about the beautiful area of Palm Bay and Melbourne.